Hello, guys, and I want to say Happy New Year to you once again. I hope you guys had a blast because I had fun, trust me. And that is why you can see that right now, this is my first ever international podcast, and I'm calling it Outside the Gold Room with Iyabo Ojo. Yes. And yes, I'm in Dubai. Yes, I'm in Dubai to do something special, which is to interview my first youngest guest on my show. And trust me, you guys are going to be blown away because I know I'm a fan. She is extremely very intelligent. She is brilliant. You guys just need to hear her speak. Then you get to know what I'm talking about. So, guys, a round of applause for my beautiful, ever gorgeous Zahra. So, Zahra, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much, Matt. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you. I'd like to say that I am your fan, a very big one. And the first time I stumbled on your page, I was like, oh my God, I was blown away. Who is this girl? Because the way you just go on and on without mixing words, you're very intelligent, and I must applaud you for that. So tell
you.
me, what informed that?
Well, it started from passion
Okay.
because I had the passion to speak and to inform and to tell people about things. So from there, I had the idea of maybe making videos on YouTube because I saw other kids doing so. So when I introduced the idea to my dad, he said, "Lai lai."
Dad said Lila.
Yeah, lai lai means no for those who don't know. I kept asking him again and again. Then I approached my mom and I talked to my mom like, "Hey mom, please, I really, really want to make these videos." So it went back and forth a little bit, and then want to take it from here?
Okay. All right. So, guys, I'm sure you'll be like, who's that woman in green? There's a woman sitting next to Zahra in green. But you can see a little bit of the resemblance, right? And that is Zahra's mom. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And I'll say that you have an amazing daughter.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. And I mean, like I said, the first time I saw her talk, I was like, who's this girl? How did this come about? And I can hear that she just woke up one morning and said, "Oh, mommy, daddy, I want to start doing this." Or what? I mean, let's hear from you. What happened?
Well, it all started when she came up with the idea that she want to start making YouTube videos, and the father, of course, refused. And
at what age was she when she did that?
She was around 8 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. So the father was like, you can't. Skill of but she brushed it, but she shaking it because he is so funny.
I understand that dads and daddy and daughters, they don't joke with their daughters, and they don't really want much of exposure for them. So how did you get him to agree?
So what I did was I had to wake my husband up in the middle of the night, and I said, "We need to talk, baby." And he was like, "What happened?" I'm like, "It's regarding what Zahra wants to do. I think I see something in her and we need to support her." So he got up, we had a discussion, and he said, "Okay, I'll give it a shot on one condition. It has to be educational and inspiring videos.
Okay.
And another thing is, she would not be there. We would be the one that will be responding to comments." I mean, she doesn't have a phone, by the way. So, I mean, I'm like, how will she respond to comments? We will be the one to be, in fact, she said, you will be the one that will be managing it. He's very good in taking videos and pictures. So you will be the one to be responding to comments and all that. I'm like, how many followers? No, Lufeni, comments, and I'm like, I'll do it, in order to protect her. So that was how we started.
Yeah, that's a great idea because it's important to actually protect the girl child. And I would say when Priscilla was much younger, she could hardly understand why my mom was so protective. In fact, at the time she felt, mom is like, you don't trust me. And I'm like, no, it's not, I don't trust you. I do trust you. But as a mom, I need to protect you.
Absolutely.
So yes, you were saying something and that caught my interest. So Zahra, you don't have a phone.
No, I don't.
Oh my God. So that means her social media handle is being handled by mom
Yes.
And dad.
and dad.
Absolutely.
So that's good. So how do you get all the informations that, you put out there?
I like to read and I like to do research
Okay.
because these are tools to inform yourself and to learn about things that are beneficial not only to you but also to others.
Okay.
So I started researching about the things that I wanted to talk about, like places in Dubai, because Dubai is a city of opportunities and there are many, many places you could go to and talk about their significance.
Okay. So how do you do your research? Do you have like a laptop?
Yes.
Okay, so you read a lot, and it's definitely obvious that she does that a lot. So I want to ask, school, how does your peers, how do they see you? How do you interact with them? Do you get like that look like, what's wrong with you? You think you're so brilliant? Oh, I mean, do they understand? I mean,
It's mixed reactions.
okay.
Yes, so I don't see myself as better than anyone because at the end of the day, we're all just friends.
Okay.
So I don't want them to see like, oh, look at Zahra, wow, this. No, we're just friends.
Okay.
You can be my friend. Just talk to me like a normal person because I am a normal child. I'm just like you. So once I was in the supermarket and I came across my friend who we normally play football with. And then he said, hi, Zahra. And then wait, he looked at me again. He was like, wait, aren't you Zahralicious? And I was like, yes.
Because I mean, it's a thing when you're famous, and all your friends, like when they see you, do they keep asking you questions or your friends are just regular around you?
My friends are regular around me.
Very regular.
Yes.
So you have a balanced kind of life,
Yes.
which is good. It's very good to balance your life so you don't put on that pressure of being famous, because you are famous. You know that.
I don't like to say it as famous.
Okay. But you are. But you are famous. Okay, so I know you've talked about so many things in your videos. I don't want us to go back into those videos. But guys, you need to follow her page. Our page is Zahra Licious 8. So what's the thing behind the 8 and the Licious? I know Zahra Licious. It's funky. But the 8.
Okay. It's a combination of my name, Zahra, plus delicious plus 8.
Okay.
If you're wondering why I put delicious on the username,
Yeah.
even though it's not a cooking show or anything, although I do like to cook,
Okay.
is because when you watch my videos, you get a taste of my world.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the 8 because I was born on 8/8/11.
Oh, okay. So 8 is like your special number.
Yes.
Your special number. So how old are you now?
I'm 12.
Wow. You're a big girl already. You're getting there. So I want to ask another question, because when I watch what you do, and I'm like, a lot of young children from all over the world might want to travel down, right? And just go around and see what you do. So more like a tourist movement, right? Would you be interested, or are you doing that already, having to take children around the world, or maybe your peers, or even adults? For instance, I come into Dubai and I'm like, Zahra, can you take me around everywhere you've been to? So would you be interested to do that?
Yes, I'd be interested in doing that. If we're going to go to places not only in Dubai but around the world,
Yeah.
I would like to focus more on their significance and educate people more on why the purpose of that particular place that I'm taking them to.
Yeah. So would you like to expand in future? So not just like talk about Dubai alone, but have to talk about other countries, for instance, Nigeria, because we are Nigeria. Let's promote our Nigerian culture. So would you, if the president would call you and say, okay, Zahra, I want you to come down to Nigeria and do a little bit of, history about Nigeria and
Natural resources.
natural resources and all that, would you be interested to do that?
Yes,
You
I'd
would
love
be.
to promote my country.
You would love to
Nigeria.
promote your country, Nigeria. And I'm sure a lot of children will look up to you, So I want to ask another question. How do you connect with other children from all over the world?
I have started a book club.
Okay.
So
Okay.
in this book club, we will not only read, but we'll also come together to discuss on topics that are beneficial for our future, because I believe that reading is a tool for intellectual growth, and intellectual growth is what we need to empower the future generations. The future is in our hands. We
Okay.
need to protect our future
Yeah.
and make it better, a better place for us to live in.
Yeah. So you've started this book club already,
Yes.
and it's on Zoom.
Yes.
It's on Zoom. So how do you go about that? How do they get to know about
Well,
that?
people go to our website, which is www.zoralicious.com,
Okay.
register their children, and then when the session is coming up, we send a Zoom link for them to
Okay.
join.
So, like, how many children, or would I say your peers, do you have in your book reading club right now?
We have almost 300 are registered now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Almost 300.
almost 300 have registered for the book club.
Book club.
And we have people sending feedbacks on what they have learned in the group and how it's helping their children as well.
Okay. So, how often do you guys do this book reading? Is it like once a month, or every week, or every now and then, or whenever you're just free?
Whenever I'm free or whenever I feel like doing it.
So, what are the things you guys have talked about in your book club?
So far, we have talked about recycling water, and in the last session we had, we discussed about achieving our goals.
Achieving your goals. What do you mean by achieving your goals?
I mean that it's a process.
Okay.
First, you need to start with your passion, the purpose, why you want to achieve your goal. From there, you need to set goals for yourself, combine those goals, set a plan, and then that plan is going to be like the roadmap for you to achieve your goal.
Okay.
And I'd like to use one acronym that my mom has introduced to me.
Okay.
It's Think Big. BIG. B for the books you read, I for the individuals you associate with, and G for the goals you set for yourself.
Okay. That's good, mommy. Well done.
Thank you.
So I want to ask you, 5 years from now, what do you think you're going to be doing?
5 years from now, I'd like to see myself engaging in matters that would concern the future generations and empower my peers,
Okay.
and to make the future a better place with sustainable development.
All right. When you grow up, what do you want to become?
This is something I keep changing.
Don't tell me you've said, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be because we all did that when we were young.
I wanted to be a doctor first when
Okay.
I was little, because I used to watch this cartoon. I forgot the name, but it was of
Dr.
A
Max
little-
Stoffins.
what's the name?
Is it the Dr. Max Stoffins?
Yes, that's it. I had the kid. I'm not even joking. I had her kid, the
Everything.
the tools, everything. So I really, really wanted to become a doctor. Then I wanted to become a cook because I love to cook many things.
You like
Jollof
food.
rice, indomie. When I grow up, I want to be a motivational speaker, and I'd like to host events that would empower the future generations and my peer as well.
Okay, for now.
For
That
now.
could change. That could change. I like the fact that you are open to life, at a very young age, and not a lot of young ones have that. It's good you're open, because that means tomorrow you might choose to, become an engineer. Who knows? But that's good. That's good. So, Mom, I must give you kudos because you've raised a wonderful girl. She's
Thank
extremely
you.
very intelligent. And I know that it's not an easy job doing.
Absolutely.
And not an easy job doing. So I want to ask you, mothers, in diaspora, sometimes they battle between, because of so much laws that allow the children a lot of freedom. I mean, what's your advice to them on how to be able to raise their children in a way whereby they will be grounded and at the same time focused?
I think the first thing is God, to ask Him for direction, because all this wouldn't have been without His guidance. That being said, connection is very important when we're raising children. You have to connect to your child from the onset, the foundation is very important. So what we did, myself and my husband, was that we were intentional about what we are going to do and how we raise our children. And that begins with us.
Yeah.
So in order for me to love my child, I have to love myself first. In order for me to raise a smart child, I have to get the knowledge. So these are the things that I think parents should look into. That the first thing is they should be intentional, because that is the foundation. How am I supposed to do this? How can I go about this? That is the first step. And after connection, you have to know that you don't enforce your laws, your regulations. Oh, you have to do this, you must do this. You have to explain the reason why this is beneficial to the upbringing of your child. Like, okay, Zahra, you can't have a phone now. This is the reason. It would be detrimental to your upbringing if you have a phone at this age. That is just an example. So parents should just be intentional, and I think as the time goes, they should try to get the knowledge, because that was what I did when I had Zahra. I don't have any idea on how to raise a child, and I started on research, like, oh, how do I raise my child? How do I do this? And I found out that, oh, there's actually an institution I could go to that could help me to raise a well-rounded child.
Yeah.
So with the support of my husband, I embarked on this journey, and here I am now today. To God be the glory and adorations.
Yeah. For me too, I feel for children under the age from, let me say, 1 to 14 or 15 thereabout, should be restricted from having too much access to the phone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, to the internet. And I also did that with my children also. I was very strict on that. I think I got them, in fact, I was forced to get them a phone early because I wanted them to have this communication with their dad. You know, no, not with me, but with their dad. But I restricted that they didn't have access to their phones. They only did during weekends, right? And this was even when they were in SS1. So they were about probably 14.
They were grown.
Yeah, 14 when I got them a phone. And I made sure I restricted them also until they finished secondary school. So throughout their secondary school, in their senior years, they only had access to their phones from Friday evening, and they had to return it Sunday morning.
Sunday.
You know, Sunday morning. once I wake up, you bring your phone back because you have to go get ready for school and all that. They didn't like it initially because, you know, teenagers, they already feel they're grown. Number one, they didn't have a right to put any password on their phones because I had access on their phone.
Correct.
And that restricted them from doing any other thing on the phone. I think I gave them access. Not that I think, I actually did give them full access to their phone when they were done with secondary school. You know, and that kind of helped. So I feel it's a good idea, though you can tell a parent how to raise their children.
Absolutely.
But I feel from the experience I have had with a lot of mothers out there, with a lot of parents out there, and their children, a lot of parents don't even know what these children do behind closed doors on their phones, most especially on TikTok. I am very big, you know, on educating parents not to allow their children on TikTok, most especially, and even on Instagram and all, because a lot of things go on there. They see a lot of things, and these children, it is what they see. You know, they put in their head.
Ingrained in their
and
brain.
Sometimes they begin to interact with a lot of strangers on social media that they shouldn't be interacting with. So I would say kudos to that, because it has also shown in her behavior. And one thing again I noticed is that you have allowed her, you know, to live her childhood. So even though she talks a lot about educating her younger ones and also, you know, showing them the beauty of Dubai and taking them around and learning more, because all these things also would take time and everything. You, as a parent and the dad, allow her to leave her, you know, our childhood.
Enjoy our childhood, correct.
Age,
correct.
You know, and having to do that, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
You know,
we cannot take the child out of the
yes,
child. It's very important.
it's good you allow them to live their age. That way they enjoy their childhood and they don't feel like it's been taken away from them at a very young age.
Yeah.
So, my dear, I come back to you again. For your peers looking at you out there, what are the things you would like to talk to them about before I go to my next question?
I'd like to tell you that the only way to develop your society is to first develop yourself, meaning self-development.
Okay.
One of the best tools for self-development is reading, because as I mentioned earlier, reading opens our minds to many different things. So you could read about anything as long as it gains your interest, gains your passion, because whatever has your passion is going to fly, right?
Yeah.
It's going to fly.
Just like my program and what I've been doing. So I think that we should really incorporate reading more into the young society if we really want the empowerment of the future generations.
Okay. So you have 2 siblings, right? Because
Yes.
I know the last time we spoke, you have 2, a boy and a girl,
Yes.
or a girl and a boy.
Yes.
Who is the youngest? The boy.
The boy is the
Yes.
youngest.
The boy is the youngest. Okay. So how do you cope? How do they cope with you in education, and reading? Do they also like reading, or they'll be like, Sister Zahra, please leave me alone. I want to play with my toys.
She plays a lot. They play a lot.
They play-
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's nice to bond with your siblings.
Yeah.
So when I'm at home, I don't really enforce like education sustainability because I know they're still young. Although I still like to give them talks, Mom. You know,
Yeah.
I still like to give them
The
talks.
big sis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big sis talks about sustainability, behaving yourself, and I like to talk to them, play with them. I play with them a lot. Play Roblox sometimes with my sister and my friends. We play with the cars, blocks. We do everything. It's normal childhood, you know.
All right. When are you coming to Nigeria? Because we need to see you in Nigeria. And if you visit Nigeria, tell me, where are the places you would want to go?
I want to go to Olumo Rock, right?
Okay.
And Obudu Ranch.
Okay.
And I'd like to see the nature of Nigeria because, as they say, the land is green.
The land is
land is
green.
green.
And at what age was she when she went to Nigeria last?
5 years old?
She
Yes,
was
she was
5.
5.
She
Yes,
was 5.
She was 5.
Oh my God. So you've only been to Nigeria once?
Twice.
Twice.
Once as a baby.
Okay.
I think she was 1 year old and then 5 year old.
She was still a
Twice.
baby. She was still a baby.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're going to be toying around Nigeria when you go. And I can't wait to host you when you come to Nigeria. No, we need to have a green carpet for you, very long one, and get your peers to come and see you talk. Because I feel you do well. You do well, very well.
With the grace of
You
God.
do well.
Inshallah.
So, Mom, over to you. So we're having a discussion earlier before we came on board, and you were talking to me about something that you're passionate about. I would like you to share that with the
As
viewers.
the world is going on now, we know that we have to do a lot in raising our children. We have to support them and set them on the right path. How do we do this? Is by coming together. Igi kan ò dá gbogbo, like they always say, no man is an island.
Islander.
So we're coming up with a parenting community where parents from anywhere in the world would come together on Zoom and talk probably once a month and discuss on matters that is really crucial to our children's development, and to let parents know that in anything, it all begins with us as parents in raising our children. I mean, I've seen how you've raised your children. You've done amazing well in raising those young chap. I'm sure you're proud of them. All parents want to be proud of our children when we see them. We want them to be a beacon of hope to others as well. And so this parenting community is what we're coming up with. Parents can share their own grievances. And I'm going to learn from many people, by the way. And then they also learn from me how we're raising our children, myself and my husband, the things I've learned over the years, things like that. That's it.
Okay, that would be nice. So what's the name going to be called? Do you have a name for it now?
It's a parenting community.
Parenting
Community.
community. All
Correct.
right.
Correct.
Okay. And your Instagram page is?
Kudra. Just
Kudra.
Kudra. Yeah,
Okay,
underscore. Yeah.
good. I'm
We're going to put
definitely going to be tagging her on my Instagram page. Or you go to Gold Room with Iyabo Ojo on Instagram to also check her page. You can follow her and get to learn more about parenting.
Correct.
Right? So that would be so nice, because I feel that as parents, we need to allow our children be children. And in the generation of now, when social media has gone haywire, we need to find a way to curb it for them.
Correct,
And, you know, also, like I tell people and I tell parents, you have to find that inner strength, the inner strength to love yourself and then love your children, you know, and try to guide them from any form of hate, you know, or whatever it is that, you know, as parents that we go through, because raising children, it's not
challenging.
it's not an easy, it's not an easy job. And we need to, as parents, be guided, and having to talk about these things will also help one another. So when you're doing it, you should invite me. Okay. I'll be part of it. I mean, once in a while,
I'll be glad to
also
have you.
share
Thank you.
own little tips, and also learn, you know, even though I am going to be grandma very soon, because my own children are already adults.
They're adults already.
They're all grown. But at least we'll still learn one or two things and also be able to contribute one or two things. That's a good one, because as a community, we all need to continue to come together, no matter where we are in the world, to support each other as parents. Yeah. All right. So, my darling, I am back to you again. Because it's all about Zahra. Where were the 3 amazing places that you have been to?
First is Palm Jumeirah. That's my most favorite place in the UAE.
Okay.
Then Yas Island. That's in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
And Hatta.
So what happens in Hector?
Hatta shows the greenish part of the UAE. Okay. There are mountains. There is a dam. It's so beautiful. I just love the scenery of nature and the birds. You know, the scenery that you watch in movies with the birds chirping and the grasshoppers? Yeah. And you can see that in real life in Hatta.
Wow.
My siblings enjoyed it there as well. It was so nice.
Maybe next time if I'm in Dubai, you take me there.
Yeah.
Definitely. So you were one of the youngest keynote speakers at COP28, right?
Yes.
How did that feel?
I was very happy to be at the COP28. The event is just the place for me. Sustainability, climate change action, it was amazing. I met like-minded people and I enjoyed that.
Yes, and I noticed that the Lagos State Governor bumped into you. I saw that video. And he's a fan. I'm a fan already. And I saw that you took a picture with the president of Nigeria. Oh my God. How did that feel?
I felt very happy and proud of myself.
Oh, that's good. So did you get to speak with the president?
Yes.
Really? You had a conversation with him?
Yes.
Please gist me.
Firstly, I introduced myself. Then I proceeded to talk about what I did. Then I tried to relate it with the empowerment of the future generations and sustainability, all of those talks. And he was astonished. He was pleasantly surprised. He was like, "This is the future."
This is
and
the
now
future.
that phrase always rings in my mind. Wow. This is the future. This is the future.
My dear, you are the future. And we must give that to you. You are the future. And I'm sure the president will be so proud of you, because I am so proud of you. I'm sure everyone is so proud of you. Because you're not just inspiring your peers, but you are giving us hope to know that the future is going to be better, because we have brilliant children like you on board to educate and inspire your peers. So that's a good one. Now, we do something on my show called a twist. Okay. So you get to be the host. You get to ask me one question. Mom first.
There are lots of questions I want to ask
Just
you.
One.
How do you do all you do? Wait, your work, your business, parenting as well, because you've got 2 young adults oh, not just to adults. I know you have all the children
Yes.
that you are the mother because you are the mother of their mother, queen mother. So how do you get to do all these things?
Okay. For me, it's timing. And I think experience is actually the best teacher. After a while, you get to embody certain things and you move, from one step to the other. I just didn't start everything in a day.
Together.
Started with being a businesswoman, a mother, an actress, and, gradually, once
So
you
you
can
evolve
perfect
with it.
this, you begin to evolve with it. And for me, I've always had good people,
That's
in
very
my
important.
surroundings to
Support.
help. And like I tell people, be nice. Be nice to your workers. Be nice to people. Because no matter how, though they say, even though you're nice, there's still going to be some bad eggs.
Absolutely.
But not every egg is bad. So once you're good to people, they will extend that to you. So for
Correct.
me, it wasn't easy raising my children alone because I was a single mom, and raising other children were my children. But what I did was I welcomed a lot of people into
open
my
hand.
home who were also like a helping hand for me.
Right.
While gave me room to do other things
Other
while
things
they
to
were
do.
there because I was also very, good to them. So that
Second.
helped.
I love
And as I began to grow, I began to have more strength to do other things
Things you
and
do.
add other things to what I was doing.
All
So
right.
that made it easy for
for
me
you.
till
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
But the children are all grown now. They're all adults. I think the youngest of them now, that's my adopted children, is 19.
Oh, well done.
So they're all grown.
Well done. Well done. God bless you.
They're all
Well
grown.
done.
Yes. So,
done.
are you ready for me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
My mom showed me one of your videos
Okay.
when you were dancing with the broom. And then I think it was, if you slap me, I'll slap you. And I just wanted to know how you did all the footwork.
All my footwork.
Leg walk.
The leg work, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's just part of me knowing how to dance. I used to be a great dancer when I was young, actually. Yeah, I actually started teaching my kids how to dance when I was very young. So now, it's still their body.
Full ground.
It's still their body. Yeah, I'm a very open-minded person, and I love to learn. I'm
can see
a
that.
perfectionist. I love to listen. So I learn things. Sometimes I learn steps. Sometimes I call Priscilla or the kids around and I like, teach me this dance step. And they do. So a lot of things I want to do, I learn. I go that extra mile to learn it and to perfect it and then put it in play. So most of those videos you see me do, sometimes I just don't do it like that. Sometimes I have to practice. I have to learn, and yeah. I do it.
Learning is a really important tool.
Yes, it is. It is. And
It
I would
can come
always...
in handy as well.
Yes. Comes in handy.
So we've been talking about mommy and we've been not talking about daddy. So tell me, mommy, daddy, who's your favorite first?
I have no favorite. And
You
now I'm actually not.
Or is it because
joking.
mommy's sitting beside you?
No.
Don't look at her face. Just look at me alone. Who's your
Looking
favorite?
at you. I don't have a favorite.
Really?
I'm not
Both of
joking.
them are your favorite?
Yes.
Okay, so
Love
are you
them.
very close to that? So is that, tell me about that. Is that strict? Is that...
My dad's not strict. He's a very friendly dad, and I love him so much.
Okay.
And now when I do my videos, he cracks some jokes at times. Like, those scenes where we're making the video and then I mess up my words a little bit.
Okay.
He cracks a joke and then it gives me a good mood again. And then that's how you can see that positive mood in my videos. And mom as well.
Okay. So you don't have a favorite. I think it's because we are not alone. You would have told me who your favorite is. Because I know most girls are like daddy's girls. You're not a daddy girl. You're a mommy daddy girl. Are you sure?
girl.
Or you're just being nice?
Daddy's
No, I'm sure.
Girls are very close to their father. You know that. Yeah.
But
So,
sometimes they switch you. Sometimes
well, we
they
are
do.
very close because we talk a lot.
Yeah.
We talk a lot.
Do you know,
and,
when I was growing up, the fear I had, and I think a lot of mothers have it, they'd be like, I'm going to lose my daughter, because every girl is supposed to be like a daddy's girl. And for me, I thought that was going to happen to me.
Oh.
But Priscilla and I are really very close. Yes, she's a daddy's girl, but I think she's more of a mommy's girl than a
now.
daddy's
Okay,
girl.
well,
And
maybe.
Festus, that I thought was going to be a mommy's boy, is a daddy.
Oh, really?
Yes, Festus is so close to the dad. Sometimes I get jealous.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, so maybe Califazon is going to change. My sons might change over time as well.
Yes, mommy. So for me, I love what you do. And I must really commend you. I really don't feel like ending this show. I feel like talking to you forever and listening to you forever. But I also want you to look out there to your peers and tell them, like, what do you really want them to take from this that you do? So what's the advice you're going to give them?
The advice I'd like to give them is, as I mentioned earlier, to develop themselves and also to enjoy your time. Even though you have to be serious with some things at times, like I am, I'm not saying that I'm really serious about everything, but you also need some time to wind down, enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourself.
Walk in nature. Walking in nature has amazing psychological benefits. It calms you down, improves your mood, and sometimes before I have interviews, I just take a walk around my neighborhood with the trees and all that. Also, I'm a flower lover. My name, Zahra, means flower in Arabic. So I like sometimes to pick flowers and turn them into stickers.
Yeah.
So, walk in nature, enjoy your time, connect with nature, because we are a part of nature, not apart from nature.
I would also like you to help us tell the government or to beg the government, right, that they should please pay more attention to children in Africa, because education is key. Now, you can sit here and talk to me like this because your parents have given you education, right? Exposure in the right way. Education. A lot of children back home don't have this, and we really need to beg our government to please create more schools, get more teachers, educated teachers, well-paid teachers to be able to teach our children, while we as parents also help to educate and teach our children, because we all have a collective work to do. There's a collective responsibility. Correct. So can you please help us tell the government? Can you beg them? They should please help us pay more attention, right? Would you that? Yeah.
Government, dear government, not only Nigeria, but for the whole world.
Yeah.
Please pay attention to the young ones in our communities and societies, because we are the future generations. All these events we're doing for them and everything we're doing is for the future. So if we're going to take care of the future, we also have to take care of those who will be living in the future, who are the future generations. So if you really want to leave a very good world for them to live in, you have to educate them so that when the time comes, they know what to do. They know the right decisions to make, the right path to take. So please improve the educational facilities and help them contribute to the sustainable development goals.
As well.
Thank you.
Mommy's one. All right, so I have just two more questions and I'm going to let you go. Two more questions. Number one, I heard you pray 5 times a day.
Yes.
5.
Yes.
You're Muslim.
Yes.
And you pray 5 times a day.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't feel like, mommy and daddy sleeping, I'm not praying, Joe.
No.
Really? So you're very religious? Really? Oh, that's good. That's good.
Because prayer is more like a conversation with God. So you should not see it as someone's forcing you to pray.
Okay.
Because they're doing it for you. They're telling you to pray for you.
For you.
My parents didn't enforce it on me, They told me why. And that's why I see that the why is very important, because it's the driving force of everything we do. So I see that if I pray, I'm going to talk with God. And God is the Almighty. He can do anything that I pray for as long as I'm praying to Him to do it. So I see that, oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
try to talk to my younger ones about it too. I'm like, you see that toy you were telling me about a few days ago? Why don't you pray to God to grant it for you?
Yeah.
Because before you ask mom and dad, it's
Yeah.
God that gives them the power and the ability and the strength to be able to get it for you.
All right.
So why don't you go pray right now, huh? And they're like, yes, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we told
Okay.
them from the onset. When it comes to prayer, I tell her, when she said, oh, mommy, I want this, I say, you know what? There's someone you have to tell first. Not me, not daddy. There's one supreme being that would get that for you. And it is Allah. And you'll be like, wow, just tell him that's all you need to do. And he will make it happen. He would provide for us and we'll be able to do that. And one day, I was watching the news. Zara wants to watch cartoon. And she just came in, Mommy, yes, Zara, can I watch cartoon? And she knows it's not cartoon time. I'm like, Zara, I'm watching news. It's not cartoon time. Oh, Mommy, but I prayed now.
Oh my God, she got you there.
I changed it. I changed the channel for her to watch cartoon. I'm like, okay. This girl got me here. And that's it. It's so funny. I want to also say that educating ourselves or our children is not only within the four walls of the classroom, it extends beyond that. Educating ourselves is not restricted to books, to research. It also comes in communication, in socialization, and the experiences we have and experiences we provide for ourselves and our children, and the environment we provide for our children. And what is the environment? The people that we relate with, that our children also relate with. The books they read, the movies they watch, the music they listen to. All those contribute to their development. Also, some people think that in order to raise a child, you have to be formally educated. I say yes, it's good to be formally educated, but also you can do it. Forget about the fact that you're not really educated like you think you should be, but for the fact that you have the intention, you can support your child, you can encourage them to read. And there are some tips you can use. You take a book, even if you don't know how to read, flip pages of the book while they are seated in front of you. Don't take a phone or watch movies while you say, go look away. What are you
just
doing?
ignore and leave them.
What are you doing?
Negligence with children is
No,
not.
what are you doing? You want your child to do something, but you're doing the opposite. No, you want them to be well grounded. Be grounded yourself, because children, they do what we do more than they listen, right? So we have to show, like, what do they call it? A role model. Be a role model to your children, because they model everything that they see.
And I'm also going to tell parents that fingers are not equal. Every child is different.
Correct.
Because that's one thing I tell parents. I tell them that every child is different.
Unique.
My daughter is so different from my son.
Absolutely.
You know, even though they are both quiet, they are not a joyborn like me. You know, but they're very quiet, but they're different. A lot of parents sometimes, they be like, they compare.
That is one
And
mistake parents do.
it causes a lot of low self-esteem. You know,
Correct.
between the children, you know, and in their growing up. So stop doing the comparison.
Stop
all the
comparing
time,
your children,
because they're all different, and you know, every child is unique in their own way.
ability. Yeah.
So you have your book club, right?
Yes.
And it's from what age to what age?
From 8 to 16 years old. And if you're interested in registering, it's free, by the way. You can visit www.zahralicious.com.
Zahralicious.com. All right. And it's free.
Yes.
Wow. That's good. That's really good. And you also have the mini ebook.
Yes.
The mini ebook. Is that out already?
No, it's not out, but it's going to come out very soon by the grace of God.
Okay, I'm sure by the time they're going to be watching this, it probably will be out by then.
Yes.
All right. So you're going to keep updating us on your Instagram page so we get to know about the book. So beautiful, lovely children and adults, because there's a lot to learn from this girl called Zahra. She's highly intelligent. Make sure you follow her page. It's called Zahralicious8. And then you get to see more, learn more. Parents, you can get your children enrolled into her book club so that they can get to learn and interact, you know, and her page is being managed by her parents. So when you're sending her a message, you're going to be getting a response from her parents. And if they see that you are an interested parent who would want your children to be part of her book club, they will definitely, get in touch with you and send you a link when they're ready to do that. Also, Zahra Licious is going to be doing a tour visit with her friends that want to come over to Dubai from wherever it is around the world. And to do that also, you would have to communicate with their parents through her page. And also, if you're out there, you want Zahra to come anywhere in the world to come and speak about development, education, and every other thing she talks about, you can also contact her through her page. All right, guys. So for parents who would like to join the parenting community, should follow Parenting Community on Instagram or Kudrat. That's our Instagram page. But you can also get to see that more. I'll be leaving a lot of details down on my page so you can get to know how to follow them, and then we need to come together as parents to raise our beautiful children. So, Zahra, I can't wait to have you in Nigeria. I really can't wait to
come.
I can't. And I wish you all the best as you continue to grow in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Thank you, Mommy, for raising a wonderful daughter.
Thank
We're
God.
so proud of you. And my regards to Daddy. And from this, we say thank you, guys, for staying tuned to this episode. I've said it. Make sure you always put on your notification and follow us on Iyabo Ojo TV on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and follow. Thank you. Bye.